or double leg is a well-established technique in MMA.
Our next one is going to be a famous technique done by Georges St. Pierre. And this is a jab in an MMA context where you could use your jab to set up your wrestling. So if Predator and I were wrestling, the wrestling stance a lot of times has the hands down low or down here to be able to down block and look for underhooks. Because if Predator shoots in, okay, and he meets my underhooks, it's going to be really tough for him to get a takedown. But in MMA, you can't have your hands down here, because if you have your hands down here, you're going to get struck in the face, okay? So what Georges St. Pierre would do is he would play a dilemma with his jab and his takedown, okay? So he would throw the jab in their face a bunch of times and get them to the point where they have to respect his jab. So he'd throw jab, and they would block, they'd keep their hands up, they'd parry, and he wouldn't be able to get through on the jab. But what it did do is while their hands were up here blocking this, he used the jab as his penetration step to go in for his takedown, okay? So this combination of going for the jab and the takedown was such an effective method for Georges St. Pierre to be victorious. And if they have their hands low to defend the takedown, then he comes back and he jabs them in the face. So this was a revolution in mixed martial arts. Georges St. Pierre used it to his advantage, and he transitioned even the whole sport to not just being about different styles competing against each other, but competing by mixing different styles. So that's a famous addition from Georges St. Pierre added into your jabbing arsenal.
Here I will show you example after example of Georges St. Pierre using that jab to set up the takedown. He gets his opponent's hands up high, and when he sees that, the double leg is right there ready for him to go. Not only Georges St. Pierre did this, but Damian Maia took to this as well. As you see here, the jab is the conversation head up high, and it leaves the legs down low exposed. An incredible technique that revolutionized modern MMA.